Hello, I'm Ali from Liftshare.com. We are also now a Norwich-based business. We moved from our Turkey shed in Attleborough in February, and we're now here just around the corner, so come and see us if you can. Great to be here. Pretty full house, so let's go. Okay. Liftshare was recently described as one of the UK's greatest companies that no one's ever heard of, so now you've all heard of it. I hope some of you have heard about it before, but if you haven't, it's great that you're hearing about it for the first time now. So, bit of background. 15 years ago, I set up Liftshare. I had no money, no internet skills at all. I hated computers, even though I had long hair. I just was pretty useless at most things. But I'd just come back from a year traveling around the world and seen the amazing benefits of sharing, not just for me in terms of hitchhiking pretty much all over the place, but also just seeing how wonderful sharing is, and how if you share stuff, you have a lot more fun, you can do it a lot cheaper. So when I came back to Norwich and was trying to get down to Bristol and couldn't afford the train trip down there, I started looking around to see what sharing schemes were available here. There was nothing there, so when I got down to Bristol, I set up a notice board in the student union that became quite popular. We then put that notice board on the internet in 1998, and things have been going since then. So I kind of set Liftshare up for a personal reason because I couldn't afford to get back, and it's grown. So we basically match people who are traveling the same way together. Our focus is typically on commuters traveling to work, but we're doing a lot more now on one-off trip travel. We do a lot of festival work anyway, but we're doing lots of one-off trips too. So very simply, how does it work? You go on Liftshare.com or one of our branded websites and you say where you're going to and from, and we match you with other people traveling the same way. The fantastic thing is we've now got critical mass across the UK and in other parts of the world. So if you are traveling, for example, to Norwich, you've got 115 people you can share a car with. The average trip, pretty much anywhere in the UK, has over 30 matches. So you can find someone, your perfect partner, to go anywhere you want. It is the biggest critical mass of car sharing, the biggest density of car sharing availability anywhere in the world now. So how do we fund all this? We have amazing client base. About just over 1,000 communities use Liftshare. Lots of the UK's biggest corporates use Liftshare. They pay us to run branded lift sharing schemes for their staff. And we've just taken on, it's great to be here in the Barclays building. Barclays are one of our most recent customers. So we're basically helping them help with their staff to share cars to work. In terms of scale, they're literally, if you, within 100 metres from here, there will be probably 5 Liftshare members. There's a member of Liftshare on every street in the UK, pretty much. So if you've got 100 cars going past you, you can find a match. So if you're going to London all the weekend, you're trying to get to festival, or you're just trying to come into Norwich for work, you will find matches on Liftshare now. And the top map up there is our kind of global coverage. We don't market globally, but we've got lots of people just using the service. It works anywhere in the world. It's in several different languages. And you can put in a journey pretty much anywhere and you'll find matches. So we do a lot of work with, say, festivals in Portugal or Australia, and we've got people sharing cars to get to them. Why do people do it? Mainly to save money. A typical member saves about £1,000 a year. So if you are, I live in Attleborough, commuting to Norwich, sharing a car saves me £1,000 a year. A typical member saves about that much. You can save half fuel price going pretty much wherever. Get to London for a £5. It's not bad, really. So a bit about us. This is, I look at this, I've used this photo over the years. I love it because it was definitely how we were. The trouble is we almost became like the big guy. We became a bit chubby. We lost our whole startup ethos. 10 years in, we were going really well, expanding really well, and we kind of forgot where we were. So we've just completely reinvented ourselves. We've disrupted the whole team. We've got a whole load of guys here who are now in the new Liftshare startup. We basically created a new startup to basically disrupt ourselves. And it's been amazing. It's so much more energetic. So if any of you have been going for 12 years, 15 years, whatever, consider doing it because it seems to be working brilliantly. So we're in a funny marketplace. Our marketplace is basically trying to compete against the typical car user, but it's also against sort of expensive public transport. But also, more recently, it's become against some of these guys. So we were in this market 15 years ago, 1998. We've got 600,000 members. We have about 1.5 million shared trips a month, which makes it the most popular car sharing scheme in the world. However, these guys are all growing really fast, and they've got big bucks behind them. So within Europe, there are 2 main ones. There's carpooling that's come out of Germany, and BlaBlaCar in France. They're both growing pretty quick. They've got big investment behind them, and they're trying to come into the UK and take some of the market from us. But over in the States, they're starting to get the hang of it too, and these guys are raising serious cash. Uber's raised over $300 million to transform the way people use cars, and so we're watching that all quite interestingly. It's quite hard for us though, because I set Liftshare up as more of a social enterprise and a financial business, so when you see all this money going, it's great, but we've got to tread quite carefully to work out how we can solve our social mission without necessarily raising this huge amount of cash. So this video's got a bit of a stutter, but this is kind of where we're going now. Car sharing's going really well. We've got critical mass, but now we're trying to make people travel more efficiently generally. So we're doing some pretty cool stuff with a new tool called MyPTP, which hopefully, just to give you those journeys, that's just, no, I'll show you later. It's too hard to explain, but it's cool. MyPTP is my personal travel plan. You'll see hopefully, okay. Thanks Lambda for that video. Making transport seem remotely interesting and sexy is quite a hard job, so thanks Lambda for Norwich Prism was in there and that even looked pretty cool. MyPTV basically lets big organizations deliver, say you're, Tesco's, and you've got 2,000 staff. You can upload all your staff postcodes into the system, press a button, and we can send every single member of staff an email that shows them all the best ways they can travel, whether it's walking, cycling, car sharing, train, bus, compare them all so that the staff can all make an informed decision on how to get to work. We set it up for one company, think it'd be quite a niche product, and we've sold about 70,000 in the last year. It's huge. There's a huge gulf in knowledge for people knowing how they can best travel to work. Most people typically do the same thing every day, and this just lets us help people, helps us tell people better ways for them to travel, and it's working really well. And that's us. We're in our new office. It's all shiny. It's got a great slide. Come and see us. We'd love to see you. Thanks very much.